Brought to you by the Ramsey Network app. Download today to go further with Ramsey.
So, fun fact, I've heard about you guys back in senior year of 2012, heard all about the baby steps, and from years on, I've been on and off, and I hate to say it, I haven't been really committed to the whole thing. It wasn't until this year when I almost got evicted evicted from my apartment that I decided, yeah, I need to change. I need to be dedicated. I need to be devoted. So I am for real this time going through the 7 baby steps as we speak.
There you go, man. Drinking the Kool-Aid finally.
Yeah. So I've been completed baby step 1. I have $1,000 currently saved up. As of last week, I've paid off the only debt I ever had, which was my medical bill, and I'm currently ready to start baby step 3. And this is where my question comes into play. So I did my own little research about where to put that $1,000 I have, and 2 things keeps popping up. One is a money market account, and the other is a high yield savings account.
Good research.
So my question is, which of the 2 overall would be the better choice for me, as well as what situation would one be better than the other?
I'll tell you what I do, and most folks out there following the Ramsey plan, they're remarkably similar. The money market versus the high-yield savings. The money market may have an extra benefit, like you can write checks out of it. It might come with a debit card, but outside of that, they're a savings account. And so I have a high-yield savings account, and you're going to get some still really decent interest rates. You're talking over 4% with some of the good ones out there, and that'll help your emergency fund stay liquid, grow at the pace of inflation, and it's there to protect you. It is insurance. It's not an investment. So we're not trying to make money off of this thing, but we also want to keep it somewhere safe that's FDIC insured, doesn't have any minimum balance and monthly fees and all of that. So those are the boxes you want to check when it comes to a good high-yield savings.
Okay.
But also, it's $1,000, man, so you can drop it in a local credit union. Don't step over dollars to pick up nickels, as my friend Lane Norton says.
Don't go chasing the neck. Well, it's 0.1% more if I move it here. So I would just choose one and stick with it.
Yeah, overcomplication is going to be your enemy at this point. Let's keep things simple, man.
Right. So which comes to another thing. Is there any place I could look at to see which would be the most beneficial place to put the $1,000? Because the bank I currently have, I work with USAA. Mm-hmm. Been in there for over years, ever since I joined the military, and they do this thing where it's a 0.01%. So if I leave it there, I'm only getting a penny a month.
No, yeah, that's terrible. You can do better. So there's a balance here. And so we've got a great partner called Fairwinds. If you go to fairwinds.org/Ramsey, they've got a bundle just for our Ramsey listeners. I've got a partner on my YouTube channel called Laurel Road. You can sign up at laurelroad.com/George. That's the one that I'm using. John and Jade and Rachel, they're probably all using different ones. But the key here is you want it to be FDIC insured with minimum to no fees, and you can get that money easily.
And probably a good question you might ask is, yes, George and I both put our emergency funds into online high-yield savings accounts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty old school. I like to go to my local bank. I still like a brick-and-mortar bank for my house stuff. But I do have my emergency fund in a high-yield savings account.
Okay.
And the reason there is simple. They have less overhead because they're online. They don't have all the brick and mortars. They don't have to cover as many bills and hire as many people. So they can pass on their savings to you in the form of a higher interest rate.
But me, as my wife says, being born in the wrong century, I still like to shake the hands of my banker. I want to see their face. So that's just
I have both. I want to bank with a local bank for my checking account. And for my high-yield savings, I'm fine putting that online, knowing that I'll touch it, once or twice a year.
Okay, it's interesting that you say that because I do have 2 banks. I have one bank for general purpose, my second bank where, again, that's where my $1,000 is at. And I was always been thinking of looking for a third one to take my $1,000 and let that.
No, dude.
You don't need to overcomplicate.
You're going to get too complicated. Too many. Yeah, you're going to be triple stamp and a double stamp, man.
Minimalist.
Yes.
A checking account with a good local bank, a credit union's a great option. And then for your emergency fund or short-term savings, we'll call it 1 to 3 or 4 years, a high-yield savings account with a great online institution is great. I mean, credit unions can sometimes have great rates.
They're amazing,
too.
Yeah. Hey, can you do me a favor, Eric?
Yes, sir.
This is kind of impromptu in front of, I don't know, several million people. You cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
Will you do like an impromptu debt-free scream if we count it down?
Okay,
You paid off all your debts, right?
that's correct.
How much debt was it, and how long
much
did
was
it
it?
take?
It was around $500. It was a medical bill.
You owed $500?
It's a long story. It's an emergency situation.
No, that's the smallest debt I've ever heard paid off. That's amazing.
This could be a world record smallest debt-free scream ever. How long did you have the debt for?
Oh my goodness. I've had this since, I want to say December, if not January.
Wow.
Dunsky. All right. So Eric, making $100 million, paid off his debt of $500 in, would take you 1 month?
It did.
Excellent. Count it down, dude. Let's hear your debt-free scream, Eric.
All right. I'm debt free.
That's right. Way to go.
Got the music and everything.
Even got it.
There we go.
Hey man, we celebrate the big ones, and we will celebrate the $500 debt-free scream.
That's
Because here's
right.
the deal: freedom is freedom is freedom, right?
And it comes
Yes,
with a
sir.
promise. You got to promise not to go into consumer debt ever again.
I promise. Promise.
Because
All
you're
right.
following this Ramsey plan now after ignoring it for 12 years. And it's about to change your life, man. I want to set you up for freedom. We're going to hook you up with my book, Breaking Free from Broke, as well as a year of every dollar premium so you can budget your way to that emergency fund and investing and everything beyond.
George, how many people do you see get to this stage and begin to try to over-sophisticate things?
The amount of complication we try to do because it seems too simple. We're like, no, it's got to be more complicated to be smart and efficient and great. And I'm going, no, if you look at Dave Ramsey, who has he has enough wealth to, feed my family for 17,000 generations. He owns mutual funds and real estate.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a crypto wallet. He doesn't have 17 offshore accounts. He doesn't make it overcomplicated. And that's what I found. It's the people that don't have wealth that want to overcomplicate it. The ones that do have this dirty little secret where they go, yeah, I have a savings account. I have money in the bank. I invest in the stock market. I own paid for real estate.
And it's always amazing to me that when you get around those people, they have a different energy about them.
You're expecting more. You're like, no, but wait, there's a secret.
No, but it's just like my give a crap. I took it apart and I eBayed all the parts. Like I just like if you're around Dave, just like when we go hang out, right? When we go to his barn or we are out traveling, there's just an air of like, yeah, I don't care. And it's because I've just in a complicated life, right? I'm gonna do the things I got to do to make things as simple as possible. And you and I both have been hit up by the Instagram finance bros that are
yeah.
You pay off your 3.2% mortgage and you can get 4.8%. It's like, bro,
And they use the word arbitrage, and then a puppy stops wagging its tail.
exactly.
Oh, it's exhausting.
It's like, yeah.
Get the whole life policy, and then you can borrow against it, and then you need 16 credit cards to maximize the rewards. And I'm going, dude, listen to yourself talk.
Exactly.
You sound like a crazy person trying to maximize your freaking rewards to get an extra 1% arbitrage to pay for that first-class flight so you can take a picture of it and post it to your Instagram. It's exhausting.
Yeah, you know what I have? I have an Olympic wrestling mat in my living room that I just wrestle with my daughter. I'd rather spend my energy doing that.
That's a flex right there.
Or like, hey, wife, let's go for like a 2-hour walk tonight and leave the kids rather feral. Let's just go spend time
What a
together.
thought. What if you could build a life that didn't exhaust you
Yeah, that you
and
were
exhaust everyone
you were
around
excited to wake up and be a part of.
you? Keep it simple.
Gosh, solve for peace, people. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by the Ramsey Network app. Download today to go further with Ramsey.